let's move you to matters on scholar transport now. The High Court in Makhanda in the Eastern Cape has reserved judgment on the matter between the Khula Development Project and 3 schools represented by Legal Resources Centre. This is against the MEC for Education in the province, Fundile Gade. This is over challenges in the scholar transport program. Now, learners often miss out on time in the classroom when service providers do not pick them up. This is due to non-payment of the transport, or rather by the Transport Department. For more on the story now, let's bring in reporter Abongile, who joins us for the latest on this. So Abongile, what came out of court this morning and what has been said?
Indeed, Mkolisi, the judgment has been reserved. What came out of court today is that the applicants want the court to declare the failure by the Eastern Cape government not to deal with this issue of scholar transport to be declared unconstitutional and a human right violation. They are saying that the right to education for those young learners, particularly who hail from rural areas, their right to education and to access education is being infringed with regard to this scholar transport matter. They argued that at least over 50,000 learners are affected by this issue, and they are saying that the court must declare that the department must get its house in order and they be supervised to do so, and that a catch-up plan must be put in place by the education department for those who might have missed out on their education due to this ongoing. Currently, the transport department is ferrying over just 100,000 learners in this, so you would see that 50,000, there are still that 50,000 who are still hanging with this regard to this issue. Let's bring in the Legal Resource Centre here in Makhanda, who are part of the applicants. Sir, thanks a lot for your time. Kindly introduce to us.
Cameron McConaughey from the Legal Resources Centre.
Surely you're an interested party here. You are representing Khula Development, and even the Human Rights Commission is agreeing with you. So where are the cracks of your argument for those who don't know?
So, the right to basic education is immediately realizable. It's a socio-economic right that has been given great importance by our Constitution. And the crux of our argument is that the department can't go on year after year after year not providing transport to children. Their defense is that they don't have enough money and that they'd like to be given an opportunity to fix their policy. So really, most of our argument has been around trying to say that that's not good enough. They need to be very clear about what steps they have taken in order to find the funding that's necessary to provide the transport, and that children can't be expected to wait while the department is fiddling with a policy. We're also saying that the policy in itself is not hugely problematic. The problem is around implementing the policy.
And how confident that you brought a good case that will rule in your favor?
We feel a great responsibility. The Khula Development Project are acting on behalf of, thousands and thousands of children. So it was our day in court, and we hope that, we've put a good argument forward. We're cautiously optimistic that the judge will rule in our favor, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Thanks a lot for your time. Well, thank you so much. Well, as you heard from the Legal Resource Centre based here in Makhanda, Mkolisi, that a number of learners are affected by this issue of scholar transport, and they're trying to provide an everlasting solution. That's what they're pinning their hopes on the court. The court even heard earlier on that this issue of scholar transport, the challenges thereof date back to 2013 up until now. They've been saying budgetary constraints, but that's something they are saying that it's unacceptable. They must implement those policies to ensure that each and every deserving learner gets ferried to school and gets to school early.
And Abongile, as you've also rightfully mentioned, this is really not a new problem. And I also recall just some while ago, I think it was 5 or 6 years ago, just on this very same platform on SABC News, we had the opportunity as a part of one of the programs to literally walk a mile in the shoes of these young people, whom some of them even risk their lives just to get to school. So clearly, like you're saying, it's not a new problem. What are the parents saying where you are? What is it going to take really to get over this problem?
Well, the parents are equally concerned over these issues. One lady was saying that her child wakes up at 3 a.m. in the morning and leaves at around 4 a.m. to reach school at only 6 o'clock in the morning. It was even used as an argument here in court earlier on. So they are pinning their hopes that even for generations to come, that not every year that we sit with the same situation of scholar transport, that parents become concerned. They even use their money, the little money that they have to hire private transport, which they say it's really it's not affordable and it's not even sustainable. So that's the gloomy picture that was painted in court. So they are hoping that the court will rule in their favor so that there's an everlasting solution to this crisis of scholar transport.
All right, Abongile Janjties, we'll leave you to continue with that story there. That's our reporter joining us for that update. Thanks very much indeed for that.